Greetings, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to Tuesday on the channel. And it's a beautiful day again. Blue skies, it's quite warm. As summer have finally arrived. Anyway, enough of the weather. Today we're going to do a little sort of tidying up. Long time ago, someone asked me to do Jefferson Airplane. We did Jefferson Airplane, we've done Jefferson Starship, so I thought, well, we can't do one without the other here, so we're going to look at Starship. I would say not my favourite lineup and incarnation of this band. It's basically a continuation of Jefferson Starship, but it underwent a change in musical direction. It became just MTV sort of sound, but they were very popular. You know, they got platinum albums, #1 singles, put movie music, but it was they were around for a little while. Then they reformed, were just called Starship, featuring Mickey Thomas, and resumed touring, and they've put out as Starship 4 albums. I'm not very keen on these, I must admit, but I did it as a challenge to me, if I could make any sense of this. So, coming in at number 4 from 1985, and it was their debut as Starship, and this is the one that was a platinum album, and it's knee deep in the Hoopla. So on here you've got Mickey Thomas, you've got Grace Slick, Craig Chiquito, Pete Sears. Now here's a name that was featured yesterday. Pete Sears, he's played with Rod Stewart, of course. Donnie Baldwin, he's on drums. We got Peter Wolf on keyboards, Les Garland on DJ voice. And then backing vocals from Peter Bettig, J.C. Crowley, Sideth Garrett, Inna Wolf, Kevin DeBrow and Dave Jenkins. So this one opens up with one that everybody knows, written, co-wrote by Bernie Taupin and a few people. We built this city. It's all right. It's catchy. It's not brilliant, but it's one of the better ones. Then we have a track called Sarah. Oh dear. Synthy drums, cheesy keyboards, bleh. Everything I hate about 80s rock. Tomorrow Doesn't Matter Tonight. Oh, the drums so smooth and synthy and yeah. Rock Myself to Sleep. Now this is an attempt at a rock trap. It's one of the better ones. It's got some great little riffs on it, and it's got Grace singing on it. So yeah, it's half decent, we'll say, shall we? Then we have Desperate Heart and Empty Wishy Washy Fodder. Private Room, the worst track on the album. 3 seconds of this and I had to switch it off. It's that horrible synthy drum and horrible synthy bass sound. Doesn't work for me. Before I go, now I'd love to know which idiot thought it would be great to do this to rock music, because it's dire. We don't need it smoothing out. Hearts of the World We Understand. Nice riff in here, actually. It's not a bad little riff. I don't mind that. And the last track on this one is called Love Rusts. Just like this album, it's rusty. Horrible. Ballad. 80s ballad. Cigarette lighters in the arena. Oh, what drivel. Everything about this album is what I don't like about 80s production. It's just a load of old rubbish, and I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 2 out of 10 for 2 tracks that I actually like. Okay then, coming in at number 3, from 1987, we have the second album, No Protection. On here is Mickey Thomas doing the lead vocals, Grace Slick doing lead vocals as well, Craig Chicago on the lead guitar, and Donnie Baldwin. So the first track is called Beach Patrol. Probably one of the worst songs. Even with Grace singing on it, it's still rubbish. Then we had that big hit from the film Mannequin. What a funny old film that was. Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. I don't mind this. It's alright. Fun video. I mean, it's not over till it's over. I must admit, Mickey's vocals are pretty good on this, but the rest of it's pretty shocking. Girls Like You. It's not a bad vocal, to be quite honest. It's a catchy tune. It's all right. Wings of a Lie, Wishy Washy. The Children, even worse. I don't know why. Good vocal from Grace, but it is an 80s ballad, but it's not too bad, that one. I can tolerate that one. Transatlantic, the horrible keyboard, just take that away and it's alright. Say When, from that opening synthy drum sequence, you know it's going to be rubbish, except the guitar work isn't too bad. Babylon's next. I actually like this. It's probably the best of the worst on this album. I don't mind that. Set the Night is a little bit wishy-washy. I think this album's a little tad better than Knee Deep in the Hoopla, but not much, to be quite honest. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 3 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 2, we got the third album from 1989. Grace Slick has now left, and it's called Love Among the Cannibals. So it's Mickey Thomas, Craig Chiquito, Donnie Baldwin on drums, Mark Morgan keyboard, Brett Bloomfield bass. The first track is called The Burn. The drums are okay. The synth drums have gone, and the riffs are good. It's not too bad. It's not enough. It's okay, but the guitar sounds do sound a bit richer. They haven't been mucked about with. The riff is pretty good, I think. Trouble in Mind comes next. It's got a great bass guitar. It's not a synthy bass. It's still a bad song though. I Didn't Mean to Stay Up All Night. Oh dear. Written by Mutt Lang. Oh, tell it's his typical dirge. Don't like it. Send a Message. A good guitar riff. We'll say that. Wild Again. Everybody knows this song because it's from the film Cocktail. The film's good, but this song's not brilliant. The title track, Love Among the Cannibals. It's nice, even though we got a synthy drum on it. It's not a bad track. Dream Sequence, my favourite track on here. We Dream in Colour. It's got some nice riffs, and even the drum sound is pretty good on this. It's not a bad track, to be quite honest. Healing Waters, yeah, just another track that sort of sums up 1980s. Blaze of Love, the worst track on the album. It is just so slick and clean and everything. Ugh. I'll Be There. It's got a good guitar solo on here, and I don't mind that. Okay, this album, of the 3 80s album, this is probably the better one. It's still got a lot of horrible cheesy keyboard on it, but at least the guitars and drums are actually not been overproduced. It's still not a brilliant album, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 4 out of 10. Okay, but the best one of this little crop is their fourth album, and it's a completely new band. Apart from Mickey Thomas, he got rid of everybody else, and that's the year it came out because I didn't put it down. So you got Mickey Thomas is only the one surviving from the band. Stephanie Clauvert on vocals, Daryl Sakuto on drums, Phil Bennett on keyboards, Jeff Adams on bass, Jim Roth on vocals, and special guest on a couple of the tracks is the one and only Mr. Jeff Pilson. And other personnel on here we got guitars Mark Abraham, Mark Schulman on drums, Chris Fraser does some drums, and Johnny Wade Mayo on guitars. First track on here is called It's Not the Same as Love, and what a track! Totally different sound, gone on the cheesy synths and that. It's not a bad track. Mickey sounds great, and some great riffs on there. It's one of the best tracks on the album, actually. How Do You Sleep? It's okay. It's quite tuneful. It's okay. Loveless Fascination is the next track. Very AOR sound, but it's okay. I can live with that one. What Did I Ever Do? Nice melodic track, some nice guitar work on it, great vocal. Technicolor Black and White, my second favourite track on here. It's a strong vocal from Mickey. It's pretty good, actually. Where Did We Go Wrong? Yes, you did. You put 80s sound on everything, and this gone down that way a bit. It's not too bad. Yeah, How Will They Get By? Even though this has been done in the 2000s, it's still very 80s sounding. It's not one of the best tracks. You'll Never Know. Very plastic, wishy-washy 80s sound on that. You Deny Me. A ballad, very wishy-washy. Nothing Can Keep Me Away From You. It's okay, it's too ballady. The first few tracks are pretty good, then it sort of goes downhill. You know, this is the best of the worst of Starship, so I'm only going to give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, not the best not the best period for me. You know, the other two, you know, of course, Jefferson Starship is brilliant, and Airplane, they're pretty good, but this is not. This is everything I disliked about the 80s. But it was a challenge, and it was a bit of fun. Okay, that's all for this one. Coming up next is Retro Ranking, and I'm expecting a lot of stick because I am, as much as I love the Beatles, I have found 15 songs that I just don't want to hear anymore from the Beatles. So that'll be interesting. So we'll see you for that. Bye for now.